Hello friends, welcome to Options Trader. Today we are going to look at which is the best option selling strategy for intraday as well as for positional. Okay, let's start today's video. Strangle, Straddle, Iron Fly, Iron Condor. First we will look at Strangle. As we all know, Strangle means selling one out of the money call option as well as one out of the money put option. We can trade this triangle in two ways. One is strict stop loss and another way is adjustments. Stop loss is for intraday and adjustments is for positional. We strictly don't recommend Strangle for weekly options. We will only recommend for intraday and for monthly expiries, not for weekly expiries. I will tell you the reason why we are not recommending for weekly positional options. Now I have opened Upstra. Bank Nifty is trading around 36,738. I have sold one call option at 37,700. I have sold one put option at 35,700. This is how the payoff graph looks. Now the problem is the very next day if Bank Nifty gap up or gap down within 300 points range, we will not be in deep trouble. If one or the other reason Bank Nifty opens 1000 to 1500 points either in positive or negative, we will be in deep trouble. And there is no guarantee that Bank Nifty will not open more than 1000 to 1500 points. Anything can happen in the market. Please keep this in mind. Suppose if Bank Nifty is going to open 1500 points negative tomorrow, we will be in a loss of 12 to 13,000 and even be more, because in such scenarios generally India VIX will shoot up, which will add fuel to option prices. Eventually it will lead huge losses. And now let's understand how much time it will take to recover that loss. It may be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, even be more, depends upon the loss. By keeping this in mind, we will not advise to deploy short strangle strategy for weekly options positionally. Deploying short strangle strategy for weekly options positionally is something like walking near the beach. As long as there is no tsunami, we all are safe. Once tsunami takes place, we will be in deep trouble with tsunami as well as with short strangle. Now we are moving to the second strategy, that is straddle. As we know, we will sell both call and put options near to the ATM strike of particular instrument. Straddle also can trade in two ways. One is stop loss and another way is adjustments. As per our experience, stop loss approach is best for intraday and adjustment approach is best for positional. We strictly say no for weekly options positionally. This is one of the famous strategy. Most of the option sellers will like this strategy. More than 90% of the intraday option sellers will deploy this strategy regularly. And this is very dangerous strategy with respect to weekly options positionally. I will tell you how this is a dangerous strategy. Now I came to Upstra and sold Bank Nifty ATM strikes 36,700 call option as well as 36,700 put options of Bank Nifty. Before explaining how this is a dangerous strategy positionally, I will tell you why most of the option sellers likes to deploy this strategy regularly. If you are aware of the option Greeks, theta decay will be high at ATM options. This is one of the main reason to deploy. And one more reason is high liquidity at ATM options. Benefits are, first one is theta decay will be high at ATM options, and second one is high liquidity at ATM options. Third one is high profit in both sideways and trending markets. Yes, you heard it right. Short straddle strategy will give good profits in trending markets with strict stop loss of 30 to 50% of premium. Okay, well, there are some advantages to deploy this strategy intraday basis, but what's wrong with positionally? Suppose if we deploy short straddle in weekly options, positionally. If one or the other reasons, Bank Nifty up or down by 1000 points, at the very next minute, one of our strike will open at 1000 points in the money. We cannot imagine the loss in this situation. And moreover, we cannot adjust the in the money options. If we are able to adjust the in the money options, we can adjust futures also. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. The first thumb rule for option seller is never ever allow your sold strike into the in the money. Just think or imagine if there is any news related to interest rate hike, nuclear attack on any country, we cannot imagine the loss of short straddle. So the conclusion is short straddle is very good strategy for intraday because it will give good profit in sideways as well as in trending market, and it is good for monthly positional options because we will have some breathing time to adjust the short straddle position. But definitely this is not a good strategy for weekly options positionally. Okay, now we will move to the next strategy called iron fly. Iron fly is nothing but keeping the hedges for short straddle. Means we will sell one ATM call option, one ATM put option, and we will keep the hedges at both the ends. And there is no rule that we have to place hedges at particular place. It's completely depends on trader's risk. I can say this is highly recommended non-directional positional option selling strategy and very big no for intraday. We will discuss what are the disadvantages that we get when we deploy this in intraday. The advantages that we get when we deploy this strategy positionally, first thing is loss limited. We will limit the loss. And second thing is just will give psychological safety from black swan events. There are multiple ways to adjust this iron fly strategy, but adjustments based on market view will give good profits instead of following fixed rules. Now I will explain why we don't recommend this strategy for intraday. Now I came to Abstra and placed iron fly with hedges based on sold strikes premium plus 300, which means sold call option premium is trading at 351 and sold put option premium is trading at 332. The combined premium close to 700 plus 300, which means 1000 points away from these strikes. Now let's discuss what's wrong with this strategy in intraday basis. Suppose if we deploy this strategy in intraday, let's assume market is in sideways. Whatever we are getting profit in sold strikes, we will lose in buying strikes also at the same time. So this will not keep us in profits. Whatever we are getting here, we are losing here also if the market is in sideways. And let's assume if market is trending in one direction, other end losses, other end strikes will not compensate the loss. Let's suppose market is going in upward direction, whatever loss is giving by 36,700 call option will not compensate by other strikes. So this is not a good strategy for sideways as well as trending in intraday basis. And one more thing, here adjustments will not work for intraday. Suppose we made adjustment at 1 or 1:30 p.m. That adjustment will not put us in because market is going to end in next 2 to 2.5 hours. So there is no advantage to make adjustments in intraday for iron fly. Hence, iron fly is not a good strategy for intraday. We will move to next strategy called iron condor. Iron condor is nothing but adding buying strikes to short strangle. We will not recommend this strategy for intraday. There is a huge difference in buying the hedges to minimize the loss and to get margin benefit. People use it to buy deep out of the money options for 5 rupees to 10 rupees and they think that they have a hedge. This will not at all save in big gap up or big gap downs. Iron Condor also will gives us that psychological safety from black swan events. We will recommend this strategy for monthly options, not for intraday as well as not for weekly. Now I will open Opstra and I will configure Iron Condor strategy and we will discuss what are the disadvantages that we get when we deploy this strategy in intraday. I have opened Upstart and configured Iron Condor strategy for Bank Nifty. This is how payoff graph looks like. Here also we will get same disadvantage as we get in Ironfly on intraday basis. Bought options will lose its value along with sold options. Hence not a great strategy for intraday. We will recommend this strategy only for monthly options, that too when you have a sideways view on market. Okay, let's summarize today's content. As we discussed, short strangle and short straddle can be applied for intraday as well as monthly options. Ironfly is the best strategy for weekly and monthly options positionally. Iron Condor is best when you have a sideways view on market for monthly options. So here I would like to tell one cautious note on intraday strangles and straddles. People use it to deploy strangle and straddle and they won't put stop loss. The reason they say is if we keep the stop loss 90% of the time either one stop loss will get hit and come back to the same place. Moreover, they say we will not have intraday black swan events. This is absolutely wrong. Friends, this is one of the non-recommended approach. It will work as long as things will work in our favor. There will be a one day market will show its color. In that particular day, we have to be a cautious. Otherwise, we have to pay a lot more. I will tell you some of the intraday black swan events happened as I remember. On 20 September 2019, corporate tax announcement made by our Honorable Finance Minister and Bank Nifty shoots up more than 2000 points. Another day is 31st August 2020. Market opened at 9:15 and everything looks good and by end of the day Bank Nifty closed in negative 1800 points due to India-China border tension. And one more day is 21st December 2020. Bank Nifty fell 1500 points in intraday without any global or local bad news. This happened due to limit orders execution at exchange. Due to this, panic was raised. So our markets closed in deep red. And in recent days also, Russia and Ukraine war troubled intraday traders a lot. If Strangle or Straddle is deployed without SL in any one of these days, it will wipe out entire capital or it may take 6 months to 1 year profits. So my advice is always trade with stop loss in intraday. That's all for today's video and thank you for watching and please subscribe the channel. We'll see you in next video.